All right, let's see if we can get this to work. Figured I'd get you a little bit of an overhead shot. Sorry, I got my phone dangling up here. I'm going to give you an overhead shot on shooting, or not shooting, an overhead shot on what I do to trim my baskets. So I'm going ahead and trim these to size. I'm going to put a container here to catch that stuff so I don't have to pick it up on the floor this time. So I'm going to go in here and I'm going to take right now at this point everything on my basket off that is hanging over the edge. Okay, so I'm going in through here and I'm looking for parts of my basket that have been pinched and they're long and gangly and they're going to just form like one single runner that goes down, right? We don't want one branch that trails down 3 or 4 feet. We want a whole skirt that trails down. I'm also going in and trimming my verbena to make sure that they start to want to trail, to go over to the edges. So I'm going to go through, their last pinch was down here. I'm going to go in and I'm just going to go ahead and do a heavy pinch. And I'm going to bring those back. I'm going to do the same with any of the Calibrachoa that is hanging up here. The long petunias, they all get cut back too. And then I'm going to kind of spin it so that I don't have to walk around the basket. Just looking for anything that's extra long and just trimming that for shape or size. Okay, so that means I am going to do some fairly heavy pinches on some of these. I'm going to come in here, I'm going to select that out. Select that out. Remember, we don't need the buds. Those can all come off. They're just going to lead to trouble. So we're going to take those off. Back this up a little bit more so that you can see here. Hopefully that weird swinging isn't going to make you ill. But that is trimming one of these baskets for size. It doesn't have to take a lot of time. I am looking in here further of other things that I can grab, but it doesn't have to take a lot of time. It should be fairly quick. And I'm just going to move these off to the side. When I get them done, put my junk away. Okay, here's another one. Well, with this one, this verbena is fairly long and branched, so we're going to come in and just take the tips out of that. This one's actually got a bud, so we don't need that yet. We'll take that off. The petunias, you might notice I'm taking, well, that one got boogered up. We'll take that off. Taking fairly heavy pinches on the petunias because right now I want to start working on the shape of my basket, which means anything that's long and gangly gets to come off. Okay, so we're going to get those out of the way. Let these go a little bit more and we'll pinch him there to get him going. All right, so again, this should be a fairly quick process. Don't spend a lot of time, a lot of thinking on it. You're just basically looking for what's big, cutting that off, bringing that in. And it is not quite the 3rd week of February, so I still have a long time to go before my baskets can go outside. We're not frost-free here till after the 1st week of May. So there is a lot of time for our baskets to develop some size. Those of you in more temperate climates, you're going to start to really want to focus on this so that you can make sure that you are going to have a nice full basket in bloom. These are going to be pretty incredible by the time we get ready to put them outside, just because of the sheer amount of time that they have. Let me grab a few more baskets here. Working around our kind of crowded area. I think that guy's already got his pinch. All right, be back in just a second. Again, fairly quick. You see we have a long guy here. We're going to take him back to about there. We don't need him so long. And we're just letting him be a few inches out from the edge of the basket. So like 3-ish inches out there. if you've got a lot of time, you can really kind of play around with these guys. It won't hurt them. They will grow more than back in time for your flower sale. Remember, 6 weeks is when you want to stop pinching. Don't pinch any closer than 6 weeks to your flower sale, or you're going to be pinching off your bud. Okay, see how this is all long and scraggly? We're going to thicken that up by taking some nice heavy pinches here. Yeah, it's kind of, some of this got a little bit away from me because I don't have a dedicated horticulture class this semester, just the way the scheduling worked out. So I have students in here in fits and spurts working, but we've got to keep our greenhouse going so we're ready and have students trained up for next spring when we've got the brand new house up and running. Okay, so trimming them for shape. Okay, gonna let that go out a little bit more. Oh. Sorry. Okay, bring another basket up here. All right, see, we've got a wild and woolly guy heading off this way. Nice heavy pinch. We're gonna come in here. We're gonna take that one about there, that one about there. I'm gonna come in and take these guys off here. Take these off here. See how this has caused this cutting here, right? That pinch caused these auxiliary branches to come out from the sides. That's what we want to do. It's going to happen everywhere we take one of those off. Take off that tip and it is going to force it to branch. All right, some of these you can do just kind of light cuttings, or not cutting, excuse me, light pinches. We're not taking cuttings, we are pinching. All right, in through here. Get all that junk out of there. Okay, so see how I'm bringing those in, and I'm bringing it in nice and tight to the edge of the basket, and I'm trying to get it to promote more branching in here. I really want this to be a nice full basket. I've got a reputation to uphold in my community for a nice full basket, and I want to make sure that they're getting what they're paying for. Okay, there's another one. Okay, really you shouldn't be doing much more than a minute or so in your baskets, because if you are taking 4 or 5 minutes per basket and you've got 100 baskets to do, you don't want to be out in that greenhouse for 400 minutes doing nothing but pinching your baskets back. Be quick, be brutal, prune to shape. You miss one time, you can go back and get him the next time. You're not going anywhere. Okay. All right, that one looks about, we'll take that one off there. And we'll come in and get that one there. Okay, get those out of the way. Yeah, some of these petunias, like I think this is the pink veined, it really, well, we don't want that leaf on there, it's damaged. They really like to run once they start going. They don't like to branch. So you've got to get in there and work them and make them branch. Make them do what you would like them to do, not what they like them to do. So a plant's whole goal is reproduction as quick as they can, which means if they can push a straight branch out and push it to flower and get some seed, they will do that rather than growing a nice big huge full bushy plant. But we like the bushy plants because they're pretty. Okay, so going in. Okay, I'm just pruning this one to shape. Okay, I am using my little bonsai scissors, we'll call them that. Those of you that want to know what they are at a particular store. Let's just say that grows herbs. So you'll find those in there. If you have one of those stores in your state, you can go in it and get those. Otherwise, you're going to have to order them online. Hydra Farm is where they're from. And they've got a little finger loop there, which makes it really, really handy to use for cuttings. Excuse me, pinches. Keep saying that word that we're not doing. All right, let's get these here. I'll let that go another couple of days so I can get that node to stretch out a little bit more. Be able to get a nice good pinch on that. Yeah, I want to get that a little bit longer before I go in and pinch it back. Okay, there's another one. All right, see we are there again. See how they just like to run? So we're going to go in and we're going to trim them back. It's a lot of material to be cutting off, but I've got time for it to grow back. I want a nice compact basket, so we're going to go ahead and be fairly brutal on this. I wanted to get to this last week, and I was not able to. We had a lot of sunshine, which is really good because we are down in the bottom of a canyon, and if you can tell, it is kind of a dark day today. All right, there's another one. What should we do? Another one or two? Let you see the process again. Yep, I really do like these trimmers. Okay. All right, this one, again, we're going to come in, we're going to take it 2 or 3 inches from the edge of the basket. I'm going to be fairly quick on how we are doing cuttings. Pinches. Doggone it. I'll get the term down before the video's over. Oh, hey, look. There is a bud. We do not want those yet. We want that to branch and form a bigger, fuller basket. All right, get those out of the way. So I will be shooting a video later on how to take cuttings, but I need to wait for my seed petunias to get big enough to take cuttings from, which is probably going to be several weeks. So this is all patented material, no cuttings from this, even though it would be really nice since we've got a lot of good shaped material here. But the problem with the petunia seed is it is not pelletized and it looks like dust. Really, really fine stuff. Difficult to work with. So I had to do some special work to get that done. All right, almost done with this one. In here, and take a really tiny pinch there. Okay, I think that's about it. So see if we can rescue this from our little hanger. So that is pinching that's pinching baskets. So we're taking them from a kind of a wild and crazy state where they're really hanging out to something where it's a little bit more symmetrical and it'll make a fuller basket. All right, hope you enjoy.